الفعل الماضي المثبت المجهول vocabulary. It's basically because the topic is فعل الماضي, the past tense, مثبت, something that's positive, and majhul, something that's unknown. We have examples here. Taruka means he left, he, one man, left, واحد مذكر, and قتل واحد مذكر also, he killed. Now if we said he was left or he was killed, it would be turika and qutila. So let's go down this list real quick. Definition: majhul, a passive verb where the doer is unknown. So when you say he was left or he was killed, we don't know by who. That's what they're saying. Who's the subject? It's not clear. Qutila or fu'ila, he or it was done. The act of killing took place, and we are unaware. We don't know who the, I guess, who killed it, who did that action. Before we used to know on lesson 3 and upward. Al-huruf al-asliya, the original or the root letters. This refers to all the letters that fall parallel to fa'ala. So we're going to use the huruf al-asliya to create the majhul verb. Explanation: the letter that appears in a place of fa is called fa kalima, lam kalima, ain kalima. You know all of that. In sami'a, seen is the fa. We're gonna always use fa'ala as a scale, like right here, fa, ain, and lam. So the seen falls here in place of fa. Mim is in place of ain, and ain is in place of lam. So sami'a right here, seen in place of fa, it's called fa kalma. So mim is the ain kalma, and ain is the lam kalma. So just try to look up, I guess, previous lessons if you don't understand. So right here, this is the majhul form, but by default it's the main form, original form, active verb form is fa'ala. Because fa'ala is so widely used, that's like the first verb everyone learns. So use that fa'ala as the scale, basically. Wasn't. That's what they're saying. Seen, place in the place of seen is falling, has fallen in the place of fa, mim in the place of ain, and ain in the place of lam. I wish they showed you right here. Let me see if I could. Fa'ala. So fa, a, la. Fa'ala. It's not letting me put a dot, but it's okay. Fa'ala, and then if you put seen, mim, and a, sami'a. So you see that these two are corresponding to each other. So like that. That's how they drew it. Seen is in sami'a. Seen is fa kalma. In the place of fa kalma. Mim is in the place of ain kalma, and ain is in the place of lam kalma. That's what they're saying. First radical, middle radical, and final radical. Fa'ala or qatala. Same thing in qatala. It's going to be, if you just drew it underneath the fa'ala, it will be qaf will be fa, ta will be ain, and lam will be lam. Final radical, the third kalma. Okay. Al-huruf zaida. Al-huruf zaida. Extra letters. All the letters beside those that fall parallel to the final. So anything, if they're like, there's a verb that has more than 3 letters, but 3 of them are original, that will belong, that will, I guess, coincide or fall in the place of fa'ala scale. Any other letters that are outside it, those are called the hurufi, al-huruf zaid, extra letters. I'm going to get an example right here. Ijtanaba right here. You can see that for ijtanaba, so it will be in the, again, the scale can change, but there's always going to be that 3. Ijtanaba appears in the scale of ifta'ala. See, even ifta'ala comes from fa'ala. Because if you look inside the ifta'ala, there's a fa, there's a ain, there's a la. there's lam. So there's a alif is, it's just kind of displaced. It's a different form that derived, different verb that's derived from fa'ala. So ijtanaba will appear in the scale of ifta'ala. So if you look there, even here in ijtanaba, the fa, jim is taking the place of fa kalma, and noon is taking the place of ayn kalma, and ba is taking the place of lam kalma right here. Ijtanaba, like that. And then so the huruf is zaid, the extra hurufs are for ijtanaba alif, and then the ta, yeah, those two. So thus the original letters will be jim, noon, and ba, just like we said. The extra letters will be alif and ta right here. Okay, next page. Okay, so they made a box out of it, so that's good. A and C are extra letters. B, D. Ijtanaba, ifta'ala. If you're confused, just stick with the B, D, E, the fa'ala, Arabic version, the English version. If you get confused, I personally don't use this. I just use the fa'ala form, and I just try to line them up like this. Ijtanaba and ifta'ala. Harakat, short vowel, ay kasra, dhamma, fatha. So these diacritics on top of letters, they're called harakat. So it's this one fatha, this one at the bottom is kasra, this one on the left, top left, is dhamma. Conjugation. He, one man, was done upon. So now they took the verb fa'ala and they made fu'ila out of it. Basically they took the active form and they made it passive. So fa'ala, 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 they made it fu'ila, fu'ila, fu'ilu. So as you can see, the fa from fatha took the form of dhamma, and the second letter became kasra. There's a rule for that, but it's pretty easy. If you just read it once, you should be able to even master it without even looking at the rules. فُعِلَ فُعِلَ فُعِلُوا فُعِلَتْ فُعِلَتَ فُعِلْنَا فُعِلْتَ فُعِلْتُمْ فُعِلْتُمْ فُعِلْتَ فُعِلْتُمْ فُعِلْتُنَّ فُعِلْتِ فُعِلْتُمْ فُعِلْتُنَّ فُعِلْتُ فُعِلْنَا. So the good thing about Arabic is just the flow of it is very simple. As soon as you know like basic one or two rules. Madi majhul, the making, the methods, the rules. Madi majhul is made from Madi maruf, of course, in the following manner. Leave the lam kalima and whatever is earlier. Leave the lam kalima and whatever is after it, as is. So if they're saying that lam kalima is the last kalima, and anything that's after it, leave it as is. Example, qataltu, right? Leave the lam kalima, don't touch the lam kalima, basically the end kalima. So fa'ala over here, if you look, they left the lam kalima as is. Lam kalima is la. So even in the original one, it was fa'ala. So they left the lam kalima, anything after it. There's nothing after that. So they left it as. So for here, qataltu, I killed, for example, right? Change the ayn kalima. Ayn kalima in qatala will be the middle one. So ta. Change the ayn kalima into kasra if it does not already have a kasra. So instead of qataltu, it will be qa. Let's just go to the ruling. So it will be qataltu, it will be qatiltu, right? Give the fa kalima and all the remaining letters which have a harakat a dhamma. So if there's other remaining letters, so remember from here we said qataltu, right? That's qataltu. This thing is qatiltu. So now we're left with the fa kalma, which is qaf. So it says the rule is give the fa kalma, basically the qaf here, and any other letters that are remaining, put dhamma in all of them. So basically it'll be qutiltu, qu. Right here, same thing. If we go back on top, lam kalma, leave it as is, and any other letters after it, don't touch it. Ayn kalma in the middle, make it kasra if it doesn't already have a kasra. If it has a kasra, leave it as is, of course, and make sure it's kasra, whether it has it or you have to make it. And the first kalma, fa, um, and there could be, it says fa, kalma, anything in between fa and lam. Basically, if there are any other letters in between fa and lam, you make them as dhamma. So fa'ala becomes fu'ila. Fu'ila, he was done, or it was done. If a letter has sukun, jazm, then it should be left as is. Example. Now, that's another rule. If the letter is sakin, so ijtanaba, we need to break that down a bit. Let's go back up. Ijtanaba right here. It says again, rule, lam kalma. Ijtanaba, the last kalma is lam. Leave it as is. Ijtanaba. Ba, leave it as is. Ba, leave it as is. And then ayn kalma, put a kasra to it. Ijtanaba. So noon is the ayn kalma, right? Noon is the ayn kalma. So it will be ijtaniba. Ijtaniba. And then the final rule is if there's any the fa kalma and all the other letters until the ba, until the final lam kalma. Again, fa kalma, which is jim, before or after, it doesn't matter, until the lam kalma, remaining letters basically, until the ba kalma, until the last lam kalma, make all of them dhamma. So it'll be the first one that's going to be dhamma is this alif. This is the remaining letter. It's not a fa kalma. Fa is jim. So it'll be u, uj. Another extra huruf zaida is ta. This also will be from ta. It will be tu, dhamma. So uj, tu, niba. Uj, tu, niba. The ni here is because in rule number 2, make the ayn kalma kasra. And jim is rule number, I guess, the extra rule where if it's sakin, you don't touch it. So ijtanaba became, at first it became ijtana ba. It remained as is because the last letter you leave it as is. Next rule number 2, ijta niba. And the final rule is uj tu niba. So ijtanaba became uj tu niba. Right here, uj tu niba. Again, it will be ujtuniba, ujtuniba, ujtunibu, ujtunibat, ujtunibata, ujtunibna, ujtunibita, ujtunibtuma, ujtunibitum, and so on. The sigas will be follow the same rule as the ma'ruf conjugation. Yeah, same rule, same way. Exercises. Draw up the passive conjugation table of taraka. Passive conjugation. So taraka will be turika, 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 turiku, turikat, turikata, turikna, turiktu, turiktuma, turiktum, turiktu, turiktuma, turiktunna, turiktu, turikna. قتل 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 قتلوا, and so on. ujtuniba. It's the ijtanaba basically, they give you the ma'ruf. We're going to make majhul and the whole conjugation table. So ujtuniba, ujtuniba, ujtunibu, I just said it before. Sami'a will be sumi'a, because the lam kalma, which is mim, already has a kasra, so it'll be kasra. Sumi'a, sumi'a, sumi'u, sumi'at, sumita, sumi'ata, sumi'na, sumi'ta, sumi'tuma, sumi'tum, sumi'ti, sumi'tuma, sumi'tunna, and so on. Nasara, nasara. نصر نصر نصرا نصروا نصرت نصرتا نصرنا نصرت نصرت نصرتما نصرت نصرتم نصرتي نصرتما نصرتن نصرت نصرنا. Translate and write the form and topic of the following. نصرنا, we were helped. So this is فعل مجهول. فعل ماضي, of course, it's we were helped in the past. فعل الماضي. المثبت, that's something positive. مجهول, unknown. تركت, I was left. So it's فعل الماضي. And فعل الماضي المثبت مجهول, and it's واحد, it's متكلم. قتلت, I was killed. And just follow the same way. I'm just going to translate them. ujtunibu, they were ijtanaba, they were warned, right? They were refrained from, right? Refrain. Ijtanaba is to refrain from. So where were we? I think we're in. Okay, so D. وجتنبوا, they, men, all men were refrained from. وجتنبوا, وجتنبوا, وجتنبا, وجتنبا, وجتنبوا, right. سمعتم, you all women or you all men, because remember سمعتم could be used actually my bad. سمعت, سمعتا, سمعتما, سمعتم, right. So you all men were hard. كتبتا, كتبتا, this is معروف. كتب, كتب, كتبوا, كتبت, كتبتا, كتبت, كتبتا. So they two women wrote. كتب, 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 كتبوا, كتبت, كتبتا, كتبنا. ضربتما, you two men or you two women were hit. نصرنا, نصرنا, they all women were helped. نصرنا. So نصر, نصر, نصروا, نصرت, نصرتا, نصرنا, right there. نصرنا. They all women were helped. وجتنبت, that or she, one woman, was refrained from. قتلت, this is معروف. قتلت, I killed. قتلت, I was killed. Write the following Arabic, number 3, following in Arabic. That's not straight. Okay. Let's go like this. All those men, all those men wrote. كتبوا, كتبوا, again كتب, كتب, كتبوا. All those women were killed. This is مجهول. قتلوا, قتلنا, I'm sorry. قتلت, قتل, قتلا, قتلوا, قتلت, قتلتا, قتلنا, قتلنا. I left. تركت, 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 I left. I was left. تركت, we killed. قتلنا, قتلت, قتلنا, we were killed. قتلنا, you two men helped. نصرتما, you two men were killed. قتلتما, all you women heard. سمعتن, all you women were heard. Oh, sorry. So it's سمعتن and then سمعتن. So all you women heard. It's سمعت, سمعتا. I'm sorry. سمعتي, سمعتما, سمعتن. So سمعتن for I. For J, all you women were heard. سمعتي, سمعتما, سمعتن. So this one is سمعتن. This is سمعتن. All you women were heard. You, one woman, refrained. اجتنبتي, you, one woman, was refrained from. اجتنبتي. So اجتنبتي and اجتنبتي. Define, number 4. Majhul. So the subject is not known. That's we don't know who the subject is. That's majhul. Or majhul as a by the literal definition means unknown. Majhul, something that is unknown. Ma'ruf, something that is known. Al-huruf al-asliya, the main letters in the scale of fa'ala. Al-huruf al-za'ida, any other letter that falls outside the scale of fa'ala. Harakat, dhamma, kasra, fatha, these are harakat, the diacritics. Identify the passive verbs. So these are verses from the Quran. وَلَقَدْ جِئْتُمُوا, جِئْتُمُوا. So this is a active verb. كَمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ, active verb. مرة تركتم, again تركتم, that's active. خلق, this is passive. فاستمتعتم, so it's probably استمتعتم. This is active. استمتع, استمتع, again that's also active. خضتم, this thing active. خاضوا, active. Habitat, active. This is active. Active. And قطعنا, that's also active. Look at this thing. Okay. قطعنا is also active. Lastly, from سمعت, this is active. بمكرهن. أرسلت, active. So most of these are active. Only I found خلق right here as the passive verb. So that is the end of lesson 4. Lesson 5, chapter on the positive active verb incorporating the present and future tense imperfect. بحث الفعل المضارع المعروف المثبت. So let's translate this thing instead of reading the English. فعل المضارع, the present tense, and future tense. المعروف, something that's known. مثبت, that's being positive, something that's positive that will happen. فتح, he opened. Future tense or present tense, if you say he opens, or he is opening, or he will open, it'll be يفتح. جلس, he sat. يجلس, he sits, or he is sitting, or not he is sitting, he sits, or he will sit. يجلس. حمل, I think this is يحمل or يحمل. He carried, he will carry. Future tense. Definition: مضارع refers to the present or future tense. يضرب, he is hitting or will hit. يفتح, he is opening or he will open. مفتوح, a word ending with a fatha. مكسور, then a word ending with kasr. مضموم, we know this from the other videos, I think you guys seen that. يفعل يفعلان, so the rules are like that. فعل becomes يفعل. يفعل يفعلان يفعلون تفعل تفعلان تفعلون sorry. يفعل يفعلان يفعلون تفعل تفعلان يفعلن تفعل تفعلان تفعلون تفعلين تفعلان تفعلن أفعلون أفعلون. We are doing, just go along, try to understand the meaning. It's the same exact way as the past tense, the meaning wise. Rules of making مضارع معروف مثبت. The create مضارع, add one of the following letters at the beginning of the ماضي. So we take the ماضي letters, past tense, we add one of these letters, alif, tam, ya, or noon. They are collectively read as atain. So we add one of the atain letters. These 4 letters are called علامات المضارع. So if there's a alif, ta, ya, or noon, these are علامات. These are usually the signs of being مضارع. Alif, alif appears in one siga only, singular first, like for أفعل. Other than that, alif doesn't appear in any other مضارع. So واحد متكلم, alif is going to appear. Noon appears in only one siga, dual or plural first person. جمع متكلم. نفعل, again, أفعل and نفعل. Alif and noon, out of the atain, out of these 4, alif and noon will appear once only. So alif will appear for واحد متكلم, for one. أفعل, like I do, and noon for نفعل, we do. Dual, or we two do, or many of us do. Dual or plural first person. Ya appears in 4 sigas. 3 sigas of masculine, one, and the third of sigas of masculine third person, and 1 siga of plural feminine third person right here. So يفعل, واحد مذكر غائب. يفعلان, like in يفعل, he does, or he is doing. يفعلان, he does, they too do. يفعلون, they all do. And يفعلن, they all women do. جمع مؤنث غائب. Ta appears in 8 sigas and 8 sigas. So 3 is going to be in masculine third person, 2 in feminine third person, and 3 in feminine second person. That's a lot of them. تفعل, تفعلان, تفعلون. These are for third person, like masculine third person. مذكر حاضر. Yeah, these are not third person. They made a mistake. This is second person. حاضر, present. So تفعلوا, you do. تفعلان, you two do. تفعلون, you all do. Men. These are for feminine. مؤنث غائب. تفعلوا, she woman, she one a woman does, or she one person and a female does. تفعلان, they two women do. And the three in the feminine second person. So تفعلين, تفعلين, you one woman do. You, like it's حاضر. تفعلان, you two women do. تفعلنا, you all women do or will do. 5 sigas of mudari will have dhamma at the end. These are too many rules, but try to remember as many as you can. You don't really need to. You're gonna just get the hang of it eventually once you just reading more, practicing more. يفعلوا, تفعلوا, تفعلوا, أفعلوا, نفعلوا. Okay, so this يفعلوا is he does. The first one he does. Second one تفعلوا. For واحد مؤنث غائب, she does. تفعلوا, you do. أفعلوا, I do. نفعلوا, we do. So these 5 will have dhamma at the end. 7 sigas will have nun i'rabi following a long vowel. Where are the examples of those? Okay, they didn't give examples. Actually they did. The 4 dual sigas. In these 4, the noon will be maksur. يفعلان, تفعلان. So يفعلان for 2, this dual. تسنية مذكر غائب. تفعلان. Sorry, yes, يفعلان is تسنية مذكر غائب. تفعلان for تسنية مؤنث غائب. تفعلان for تسنية مذكر حاضر. And this تفعلان is for تسنية مؤنث حاضر, present. The 2 masculine plurals of the second person, حاضر. So يفعلون, they're saying a long vowel. Long vowel is the aluna. There's going to be a prolongation here, prolongation here, prolongation here, 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 and here, and on this thing. So these are the basic prolongation rules. So long vowel, and there's going to be noon at the end. So again, B, number 2 will be يفعلون. These are for this is the jama mudhakkar ghaib. تفعلون, تفعلون, this is حاضر, so it's gonna be جمع مذكر حاضر. Lastly, تفعلين, واحد مؤنث حاضر. The last 3, B and C, the noon will be مفتوح. Yeah, okay, right. For A, these ones, the noon are kasra, if you notice, like يفعلان, تفعلان, تفعلان, تفعلان. But for these, the noon are maftuh, got fatha. يفعلون, تفعلون, تفعلين. So that's what they're saying. Just as the noon of jama muannas appears in the past tense, for example fa'ala, so too does it appear in mudari, like yaf'alna. So fa'alna, fa'alat, fa'alata, fa'alna. So they're saying jama muannas appears in the past tense, so does it appears in mudari. Yaf'alna and taf'alna. So this yaf'alna is for jama muannas ghaib, and this taf'alna is for jama muannas hadir. It is among the mabni al-asl, indeclinable words, and is often is also called noon al-damir, noon al-damir, noon al-damir. Okay, I didn't get the meaning of that, but let's follow along. The present and future tense verbs are termed imperfect because they express an incomplete action. For example, present tense, he is doing. Action unfinished. Future tense, he will do. Action. It's like, oh, they're imperfect. So it's not a complete sentence, basically. Make the conjugation of ghardan, of yasma'u. So samia is the past tense, we know. Samia became yasma'u, yasma'u, yasma'ani, yasma'una, tasma'u, tasma'ani, yasma'na, tasma'u, tasma'ani, tasma'una, tasma'ina, tasma'ani, tasma'na, asma'u, nasma'u. يفتح to open. I'm going to skip that. جلس يفتح. فتح يفتح. جلس يجلس يجلسان يجلسان So let's begin again. يجلس يجلسان يجلسون. تجلس تجلسان يجلسن تجلس تجلسان تجلسون تجلسين تجلسان تجلسن. أجلس I sit, نجلس we sit. قتل really. Actually they didn't even tell us to do مضارع. So it'll be جلس جلس جلسوا جلست جلست جلسنا. قتل قتل قتلوا قتلت قتلتم قتلتم. No. قتل قتل قتلوا قتلت قتلت قتلنا, and so on. يجتنب. So يجتنب to refrain from, that was the ماضي, and يجتنب is the مضارع. يجتنب يجتنبان يجتنبوا يجتنبون تجتنب تجتنبان يجتنبن. They all women refrained. تجتنب تجتنبان تجتنبون. You all men refrained. تجتنبين. You one woman refrained, and so on. أجتنب نجتنب at the end. Number 2, give the translation from form siga the following words. Okay, let's see how much you can do. يترك ترك يترك, so he left. That's the first one. يترك it's واحد مذكر غائب, and it's مثبت, and it's فعل مضارع. أقتل I will kill, so that's مضارع future tense. نصر he was helped. تضربنا you all, actually they all women hit. So this is Jama Muannas Ghaib Tadribna. My bad. This one is actually Jama Muannas Hadir. You all women hit, not they. Tadribna. They would be Yadribna. Tasma'u. Tasma'u could be for multiple of them. It could be either Wahid Muannas Ghaib Tasma'u. She one woman listened, or she one woman will listen or listening. It could also be tasma'u, you one man is listening or will listen. So it could be one of these two. Tasma'u for that, for the female or man. Wahid muannas ghaib or wahid mudhakkar hadir. Taktubuna. It's for you all men will write. So it's taktubu, taktubani, taktubuna, like that. Fatahna, we, two or more men or women will open or opening. Fatahtu, fatahna. Oh man, I'm getting confused. So actually this is past tense. We all opened. This is the madi. مضارع it would be نفتح. أفتح نفتح. فتحنا, we opened. We one or two or more. Actually we two or more men or women opened. اجتنبت, she was refrained from. That is واحد مؤنث غائب مجهول, and فعل الماضي past tense. Najlisu, naj. So noon is a sign that it's for jama mutakallim. Najlisu, we are sitting or we will sit. So jalasa became yajlisu, and then it became najlisu. And finally, tadribina. This is for you one woman is hitting or will hit. So daraba became yadribu. So yadribu, yadribani, yadribuna. Tadribu, tadribani, yadribna. Tadribu, tadribani, tadribuna. Tadribina, right here. Tadribina. Wahid, muannas, hadir. And finally, actually we have two more. Translate into Arabic. They all women.
It's 8 o'clock.
They all men are leaving. Are leaving. So this is present or future tense. Leaving. Tarak. Yatrukuna. That's it. Hum yatrukuna. They're leaving. She is sitting. Here. Tajlisu. You could say tajlisu, or you could say jalisatun. Jalisun is somebody who's sitting, or jalisatun, somebody female sitting. But because we're learning verbs right now, let's just say here tajlisu. She is sitting. You two men are writing. Antuma. You could say katabtuma. Katabtuma. All you women will hit. You could say antunna. Or you don't even have to say antunna. You could say antunna or without the antunna. تدربنا. We opened. Past tense. فتحنا. I am sitting. Either أنا جالس, or I could say أجلس. They all women were hard. Were hard. So سمعنا. So this is past tense. سمع became سمع. So سمع سمع سمعوا سمعت سمعتا سمعنا. So it's from that. سمعنا. We will refrain. اجتنب يجتنب. It becomes نجتنب. So it's نجتنب. We will refrain. You, one woman, will refrain. اجتنب. So اجتنب became يجتنب. Becomes تجتنبين. تجتنبين. You, one woman, will refrain. تجتنبين. So that's kind of difficult. All you men were hit. So this is a past tense. ضرب will be duribu. All you men were hit. Duribu, right? So daraba is became duribu. Duriba, duribu. I'm sorry. Daraba becomes duriba, and then duriba, duribu. Duribu is all you men were hit. Duribu. Define. Al-fi'l al-mudari. It's a present or future tense. That's fi'l al-mudari. Number 5. There's more. Choose all the mudari and madi words and also write down their siga and bahas. That's a lot, buddy. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. These are from the Quran also. قَادَ سَمِعَ اللَّهُ قَوْلَ الَّتِي تُجَادِلُ. So madi قَادَ سَمِعَ. This is madi. This is active. قَوْلَ الَّتِي تُجَادِلُ. جادل يجادل تجادل. So تجادل, this is just put a circle. The circles are the because they are mudari. So tujadilu is mudari and samia is madi. Both are active. La a'budu alladhi fatara. So and alif is a sign of alamat of as I said before, as we read on top. Mudari. So a'budu, this is mudari. Fatara, on the other hand, is wahid mudhakkar ghaib. A'budu is wahid mutakallim. So this is mudari, this thing is madi, fatara. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ. This thing is wahid mutakallim, but madi. الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدوا لي يعبدون. Ya is a sign of mudari, so يعبد, this is mudari. خلقت is madi, this is mudari. تأمرون. So ta is also alamat of أمر يأمرون. تأمرون. So this is a mudari بالمعروف. وتنهون, again ta is mudari. Both of these are mudari. عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. تأمرون بالمعروف. And this, all of these are مضارع. تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر. And that concludes lesson 5.